Hello, and we're live. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. And Tricia is here with me. She's part of our marketing team. Hi. Thank you for gracing us with your presence today. Yes. All right, so we're going to start in a minute. We'll just give others a chance to join us. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Anne, your customer success manager. And again, we have Tricia here. It's going to help us with a bit of an overview of campaigns. I just want to do a little housekeeping here before we start. We have our chat box on the lower right corner right there. So you can see Heather and Marcus saying hi. So you can type here. Ursula is saying hi from London, UK. Hello, Summer. Hi, Summer. All right. So that's where you're going to put in any interaction that you want on the chat itself. But if you have questions particular to our topic today, which is campaigns, you have to put it under the questions tab. That's just on the right side of the chat box. So you can just put your questions here. There you go. Thank you, Marcus. So you can put your questions there. All right. Mickey asks that please keep your questions relevant to our topic today. So if you have any support questions, feel free to reach out to our support team. If you're a key account, of course, you can reach out to your customer success manager, and yeah, we'll be happy to help you on those topics. But for today, we'll just be focusing on campaigns. All right. Okay, so I am gonna let Tricia run the show for the first half. So I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna turn off my camera and give Tricia the floor. So you have it. Go, girl.
Thanks, Anne. So let me just figure out this screen sharing thing. We all know the awkward moment where you go, Okay.
Oh, yes. Before I forget, before you're doing that, I want to ask an icebreaker question because we normally do that. How could I forget about it?
Let's do that.
Okay, so we just recently concluded the Paris Olympics, right? So I want to know, which Olympic event did you watch, or you would have watched, you would have loved to watch? You can post your answers here on the chat box. There you go. So my favorite was gymnastics for men and women. I love, they're doing their stuff. And I also loved watching the pole vault. Duplantis broke his record twice on that event. That was epic. So yeah. What about you, Tricia? What was your favorite?
You stole my answer. It was going to be gymnastics. I think they make it look so easy. They make it seem like everyone can do it. I can barely do a cartwheel, so I know I can't do what they're doing. But it's so entertaining. And I love all the memes that came out of it. There was just so many facial expressions that came out of the Olympics.
A lot, yes. No one's for breakdancing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I saw that.
Yeah, John says breakdancing, of course. And we have some answers from Alexandra, gymnastics and surfing, kayak for Josh, Heather, track. She loves just gymnastics too and swimming. Breakdancing for John. Reagan's performance was transcendent. I don't want to comment on that, but yeah, it was epic. Handball for Pernille.
Yes, handball is so entertaining.
Norway. Yeah, so that could have been cool to watch. Gymnastics and track for Alfreda. All right. Thank you guys for sharing your responses.
Love that.
All right. So I'm going to let Tricia share her screen and let her take the floor.
Okay. Thank you. And so today we're just going to go through social media campaign planning, execution, with just a quick overview with us. I know a lot of us are seasoned social media marketers or marketers as a whole, but it never hurts to just have a little quick refresh because sometimes we do forget. So let's go through the steps of campaign planning. So you always want to start with goal setting. So you want to have clear objectives and clear measurable goals. We've all heard of SMART goals. That's specific, measurable, and relevant and time bound. And you want to make sure this is aligned with your overall marketing strategy. For example, here at Sendible, we could do something like we want to increase social media followers by 20% over the next 3 months. That way, you know what your specific goal is, how you want to measure it, and it's achievable and it's very relevant to your overall marketing goals, and it's time bound within the next 3 months. And then you want to focus on your audience selection or identifying your audience. When it comes to campaigns, it is really important to understand your audience. On a basic level, we all know this includes demographics like age, gender, location. However, we want to dive in deeper and align our campaign with their interests, their behaviors, their pain points they may have, and then align your product, service, or align your product or service that serves them in that way through the campaign. This means that you segment them by tailoring your messages effectively to that pain point they may have within your target market. So, and then next, you want to go on to your platform selection. We know that there's several social media platforms to choose from, but you don't necessarily have to use all of them in your campaign. You can focus where your target audience is. And with Sendible, we have a range of platforms that you can schedule to or plan to, allowing you to manage and publish content really easily across your different platforms. Choosing the right platform for your campaign and just sharing it through Sendible. For example, if you want to go on Instagram, that's where there's a younger demographic, Gen Zers. You can also do video content on there if you want to promote video content. Whereas on LinkedIn, you have more the decision makers and people looking to get informed about your product or service as well. Next, you're going to move on to your content strategy. Once you've identified your goals, audience pain points, and their needs, the platforms that you're going to run your campaign on, it's time to produce your content. Some people, this is the fun part. For some people, this is the most dreaded part. But as you know, Sendible is here to help you do everything in one place. So with your content creation, we do have the Canva integrations for you to create your assets with. And we also have content libraries where you can save all the assets within your campaign and reuse them and repurpose them throughout the whole of your campaign. And this will also help you stay organized and stay efficient, and obviously schedule your content so you can have some downtime during when your campaign is running. And then we'll move on to the execution and monitoring part of it. So with our scheduling capabilities, you're able to automate this posting process, ensuring your content goes live when you want it to at peak times where your audience is active. And you can also do this in different time zones, which I think is really cool. I think it's a great idea to always engage with your audience at the right time, in real time. So as soon as they comment on something or ask you a question, you get back to them as soon as possible within this campaign timeline. And also just monitor your campaign's performance as you're going along. You just want to you want to always keep an eye on how it's going, what's working well, what isn't, so that you can tweak it as you go along. And then lastly, you can always analyze to optimize it at the end. With Sendible's detailed reports, you can always see how your campaigns performed, and you can measure this against your KPIs, what your goals were, and if you've actually achieved those goals. And this kind of just links nicely into what Anne's going to talk about. This is just the basic stuff. Now, Anne's going to explore how a brand new campaigns feature helps you put all of this into action, into one place, and makes it super easy for you to manage and plan your campaigns. Lastly, we do have a free resource that you can download. It is an interactive template for you to discover how to plan a successful social media campaign from the get-go. It covers the planning, the execution, and also the assessment of it in much more detail than I just did. It'll guide you through every step, plus you can fill each question digitally. So you just download it and fill it out the way you want to for your campaign, and you can download it just using that QR code right there. I hope you guys found this helpful. It was very brief, but like I said, this resource goes into way more details, and we have a lot more resources on our websites as well if you want to learn more about campaign planning, what your campaign should be about, and how to execute them effectively. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Trisha. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and also those information. They're quite insightful. And since you have to always go through that planning, strategizing, now you want to put that in action and then monitoring the performance of that. So that's where I go in and show you guys how that's going to be done in the Sendible app. So just give me a moment. Okay, yep. There you go. All right. So first and foremost, I'd like to remind everyone that Campaigns is available to subscriptions at $199 and up. So if you're on Traction or on Creator Plan, You can reach out to our sales team if you want to upgrade right after this webinar so that you'll enjoy and use the campaigns feature. Now, you can create campaigns, but campaigns are going to stick on your own dashboard. You cannot share campaigns, not at this point, not yet. This is just an initial release, so likely we're going to have that sharing feature in the future. But for now, if you create a campaign under your dashboard, it will stay under your dashboard. And of course, if another person or another member of your team would like to use a campaign, then that member needs to go into your dashboard to use the campaign. So the question is, how do we create new campaigns? All you need to do is to go to the campaigns menu, this additional button right here. So if you haven't set up your campaigns yet, you'll find the new campaign button right here at the middle. But obviously I have 4 campaigns made already. I did a bit of testing, of course, and I want to make sure that I have analytics that I can run through with you guys later on. But we're going to create a new campaign. Just click on the new campaign button. Give this campaign a name. So anything that resonates for your client or what your client would like to achieve or what you want your team to achieve. Maybe I'll put this as Sendible Marketing for August. So that's the campaign name. I'm going to give it a color. I guess it's the closest one, or maybe this one, closest one for Sendible, I guess. Now, the date range, this is optional. If you want your campaign to run with no specific date duration, you can leave this blank. But if you have a target date for your campaign, let's say you want to run a marketing campaign for Sendible for just the month of August, then you can put that date duration from August 1 to 31st and then save it. Okay, so we have an August campaign here, which I did before. This is one that I just created earlier. So as you can see, you have an overview of how many messages were sent under that specific campaign. Obviously, they're all zeros at the moment, but if I may share what I did on the August campaign, the original one that I did, I already sent 10 messages here. I still got 3 scheduled. If I ever have drafted messages or messages in the queue, they will all show up here, even your undelivered, and those are pending for approval or been approved or rejected. You also have the option here to edit. So just click the 3 dots. You can edit and go through your edit settings, and you have the delete. Just be careful, if you delete this campaign, you can no longer run reports on this campaign for this campaign. You can view the report, which I'm not going to click right now because we're going to talk about it later on. Same buttons right here. So this is still the report button, but that will lead us to the reports hub. And there's 3 dots here for the option for us to edit and delete the campaign. Now, let's start creating posts for a campaign. Click the compose button. Now, you can pick multiple campaigns in one post. I would say I'm going to post this campaign for August under August campaign and Sendible marketing for August. I can even pick all of them or 4, but I'm just going to pick 2 right now. And then I'll pick Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now take note, I'm going to add, let's say I want to add Twitter, and also I want to add maybe TikTok or YouTube. Well, I can do that. I can add them and work on it, like, just post exact same content. But take note, when it comes to reporting, at the moment, we can only pull analytics or reports for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Even if you tag the campaign for Twitter or X or TikTok or YouTube or GMB, we are unable to pull reports for them, at least for now. Okay. So for this example, I'll just pick this top 3 ones, and I can pick something from I'll pick the RSS feed from our Insights blog. There you go. And of course, Instagram will ask me for media. So I'm going to fetch the image exactly from this link. Okay. And there you go. So I'm going to post this for tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. with Sendible marketing for August and August campaigns. Okay, I'm going to schedule it. Okay, yes, I did make multiple variations. I added a raw video or an image, sorry, for Instagram. So that has been created and scheduled. So I can check it out under calendar. So let me refresh this. Looks like I'm having an error. All right. So under calendar, we have this filter for the campaign. So if you want to have a better view, like if you want it to be segmented per campaign, you can always do the filtering right here. So you have the August campaign, if you want to include the Sendible marketing campaign, or even Travel Hub promo. So you can all include them using the filter. That's going to be a lot easier for you guys to view specific campaigns that you're running. You also have the same filter option under scheduled. So this will be on the list view, and you'll have that filter by campaign right here. And of course, you get to see the specific campaign color coded for each and every single post that you tag for those campaigns. So this too doesn't have any campaigns with it, but the rest has their own campaigns. You also see the filter under sent for your sent messages, under undelivered, and also under drafts. You won't see a filter by campaign under queues, because that's going to cause, Smart Queues has their own time slot, and it's going to cause some conflicts. So we can't pull or we can't filter per campaign under Smart Queue and also under task. Well, task is where all your messages for approval would go, or if any messages were assigned to you from, the priority inbox and social feeds, that will go here. We cannot filter them by campaigns. Okay. Now, I want to touch base as well on how you can deactivate a campaign. So before we run the reports, I'm going to show you how you can deactivate it. So I have 5 campaigns right here. Notice that each one has this circle on top. Green one means they are active. This July one is inactive. So I deactivated this because my idea for this is just to run this from July 1st to July 31st. So that means if it's inactive, that will no longer show up here. I can no longer pick it up and tag it as part of a campaign because that's already inactive. However, I can still run a report on the July marketing campaign, unless, of course, I deleted this campaign. So even if it's inactive, you can still run reports, but you just can't use and post, new messages on that campaign once it is deactivated. Okay. Now, once you have all your campaigns running, you've been scheduling and posting, you can now go and run your reports and check the analytics. So go to Reports Hub and then go to your campaigns. There you go. At the moment, you can only run one campaign report at a time. You cannot compare 2 campaigns at the moment as it stands. I know this is just the first release, but you guys will probably have more questions or requests on what you want to be added on the reports or analytics, what you want to achieve. You can always submit that to ideas.sendible.com. Please give us all information, why it's important for you, what's the impact, so that we'll have a better idea why this feature is going to be impactful for you or majority of our clients. Okay, having that said, we can generate reports one at a time. So in this case, I'm going to just generate it, automatically run the August campaign by default. And something to take note of, again, we can only run reports and pull numbers for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And under the campaigns overview, you'll see the number of posts that was sent under the August campaign. Take note though, my August campaign is running from August 1 to 31st. So it's just halfway done. So we're just on the 15th of the month. So this report will pull numbers from August 1st to August 14th. All right. So it will always be up to yesterday's because the 15th is not done yet. All right. Now you'll see the audience here as well. These are your followers across multiple platforms and profiles. And you also have your interactions right there. And the interactions are your likes, comments, and shares across all the profiles in that campaign. We also have the audience growth by day. You can see that at the bottom. So I didn't really have much audience growth. Take note, this is just a dummy page, so we don't really get lots of traction. But you get to see the audience split here at the bottom. And obviously we have a big chunk coming from the Instagram profile or the page for the purple swan with 44.4%. You also see the increase in your audience for the whole duration of the campaign, which in this case, it will just be from August 1st to 14th. Scrolling down a bit, you'll see a metric for top posts, and this will be based on the number of likes, comments, and interactions across all the posts that you had during the campaign. So obviously this is a top one under this Facebook page. This is a second post from that page. This is also from the same page. This one is from an Instagram page, and this one is also from Instagram. Now further down, you'll see platform-specific post engagement. We have Facebook post engagement, we have Instagram post engagement, and of course the LinkedIn post engagement right here at the bottom. So it will tell you the most engaged posts per platform, showing you the number of likes or interactions and also the comments just right here. Now, some of you may ask, can I customize this report? Not yet. Not at this point. We are looking to improve this. Likely in the future, you'll be able to add different metrics or maybe use these metrics or these modules and add it to an existing custom report. You can likely do that in the future, but not for now. I don't have any timeline for that one yet, but definitely in the works. You cannot send this via email. Right now for custom reports, you can automate it, let it run automatically and be sent via email to your email recipients. You just can't do that right now, but of course we're working on it. However, you can download it in a PDF version. So we have this download PDF button right here. So you can just simply download it, save it to your computer or your MacBook, and then share it to your clients or maybe to someone across the board. All right, I guess that's it for me. Let me stop sharing and let me see and go to your questions. Okay, let's check first a question from Ursula. Can you pull in posts that are not scheduled for Sendible, for example, stories or video reels that you post on Instagram? So Marcus replied, hi, Ursula, you can use your social feeds to view content published to your connected profiles. Unfortunately, stories are not included via social feeds. That is true. We still cannot pull stories, even on analytics. We still can't pull stories. And if you posted outside Sendible, we can still pull the top post as long as they're being posted on the platform, even if it's not posted on Sendible, via Sendible. Okay, next question again from Ursula. Can you group post from your social feed into a report? Grouping your post in a social feed? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. We have a profile list to group a set of profiles and then post it in that group. Can you elaborate what you mean by this? You're allowing tagging new posts via the compose box to feed into the report. Can you group posts from your social feed? No, so obviously we don't have that, but these are good points, Ursula. I strongly suggest that you guys, like everyone, can go to, let me share, ideas.sendible.com right there. So I know some of you have already submitted their feature requests. I know quite a few names are constantly joining our webinars. I appreciate you guys. We have the submit idea button right here, and this we're going to put all the information that you need from that feature request. Why is it important for you? Try to provide as much information as you can, and that's going to benefit a lot, especially for our team to understand why this is quite an important or impactful feature for you guys. Okay. Any other questions? I'm not seeing any other questions. Oh, okay. Let's see. Ursula says, I was trying to find a way to do a campaign report using the social feed, since there are times when you publish straight to a social media platform rather than schedule on Sendible. Oh, okay. So no, this is not possible. Well, you can see non-Sendible posted content under social feeds. You can only run reports on posts that were created and tagged on a campaign within Sendible. So no, I'm not. That's not possible. I'm not even sure if that's possible in the future. Maybe, I'm not sure. Don't quote me for it. But it's something worth putting into our ideas.sendible.com feedback portal. All right. Any other questions? None for now. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up. Wait. There's another question. We have one from Roxanne. If I'm in the middle of a campaign and have published posts before this campaign feature, can I start a campaign for this and tag previously published post? Previously published post, no. But any new scheduled messages that is still under scheduled status, yes, you can still tag them. But anything that has already been published, they can no longer be included on the campaign, unfortunately. Thanks for that question, Roxanne. Yes, who's loving the new campaign feature? Right, I bet you guys will have some questions, but I also want to, before I wrap this up, I want to invite everyone to join our, we have 2 more webinars, but these webinars are going to be conducted by our sales team. So I'm going to put that here on chat. So please bookmark them, or feel free to register. If you can't attend, that's okay. You'll get a recording as long as you registered. So yeah, register right now. August 29th, everything you need to know about social media management for multi-location businesses. There's the link to register. And September 26th, best practices for scaling your enterprise's social media strategy. All right. So aside from those 2, we are also going to have success webinars likely by the end of September. So keep an eye out for our email invites for those. And once again, thank you so much, Trisha, for joining us today. And if you have any questions or yes. So if you have any questions or topics that you want us to discuss in future webinars, you can just shoot us an email at success@sendible.com. Or there's a question from Sorel. Is it possible to see the report of posts that were posted directly on social media platforms in Sendible? Not for campaigns. Not for campaigns. I'm thinking you're thinking about campaigns. No, we can only run that from the campaigns. You can, but not for the campaigns, not specific campaigns. Well, we can pull those posts running a custom or maybe, but not a campaign report, because campaign reports are only those that you tagged on the campaign. Okay. I hope that answers your question. John is still typing, so let's give him a minute. Okay, we're still waiting for you, John. Okay, that's all right, John. You can email us. All right. Okay, thank you again. And yeah, we'll see you on our next session. Have a good day, everyone.